It's a transitional year for you guys, I know, with a new front office, new kind of a revamping of you guys. What's different from your perspective on the field?
On the field, I think there's just a lot of excitement and energy with all the changes that happen off the field. And now on the field, we've got quite a few new guys. I believe it's only 4 that have carried over from last year. So I think there's just an excitement to start something new.
I know that the wins and losses has not been where you guys won it the last few years. Is this the group that you think is the talent and the energy, like you said, and the excitement and the want-to in the locker room this year to kind of change that?
Absolutely. I mean, this is a really good group of players that have been handpicked for the way that we want to play. So I'm very excited to see how it looks come the end of March.
What are some of your expectations for some of those returners?
Just to help kind of transition from the old to the new. I think it's important to keep some guys around that wanted to be here, that understand what the club is, what the community is, like how much the club means to the community, but are also looking to bring back some of the glory of the past that we've had.
What's Eli Lockerbie showing you on the field?
He's very excited to be a pro, I think. He's very energetic. He's got a lot of youthful, energy, and he's a good player. And so it's about him learning the ideas and learning what it takes to play a 10-month season versus a 3-month season. But he's been very good so far.
You said transition from the old to the new. What does that mean?
We're kind of just rebranding everything around here. Matt Spears kind of brought that energy, and there's a lot of history of this club. But we want to do things different, keep the good and kind of change the club, make it a more modern, professional club.
With this new league, it's obviously a brand new thing. It's the 3rd division again for you guys. What do you expect the outcome to be, having dropped down and kind of playing in a league at a level you were successful at previously?
Yeah, I don't know. It's almost impossible to tell what it's going to look like. I've said to multiple people, I don't know if it's going to be closer to League 2 or the championship. It's almost impossible to tell right now. My strategy has always been to put together a team that could compete in the championship, and I think we've done that. It puts a little bit of pressure on us to do well, but I mean, you're here to compete and win a championship. So.
And within that league, there are plenty of brand new teams. Is there a vibe going around the league that you've spoken to coaches or other team presidents about the excitement in this new league? Yeah, I mean, any new franchise is going to be excited because they want to do well, and bringing soccer to communities that didn't have it, or pro sports for that matter. So, yeah, I mean, everybody's really excited, but there's also so much unknown. Nobody really knows what to expect.
What are fans going to see when they come out here to watch you guys at City Stadium?
A bunch of guys that love to play entertaining, attacking soccer. There's a really good bond and vibe with everybody, so hopefully that camaraderie and togetherness will come through. But yeah, I mean, we're going to be exciting, so it should be fun.
And the Kickers are the most established team in this new league. Is there anything that you're trying to maybe curb the expectations with the guys, that we're not just a big fish in a small pond?
No, we're big fish, and we're going to win, and we're trying to keep the standard as high as possible. I think we'll thrive under that pressure because we got a lot of veteran guys.
You bring a unique perspective in that you played here, and you have an appreciation for what goes into this. How does that help you, Coach? Just kind of knowing that history you referred to earlier, and knowing the glory days as you referred to.
Yeah, what was it? I think it was 2009 was their last championship, which I was fortunate, to score a goal and give an assist, and that was 10 years ago. So I think it'd be a nice treat to the fans to bring back a championship a decade on. But yeah, I mean, my first 6 years was nothing but success here. I mean, we won one season where I think we were one result away in Charleston from going unbeaten the entire year. We've been on big cup runs to the semifinal. So yeah, I mean, that's to understand that the joy that this club has when we win and do well. I've experienced it, but there's something different about soccer in America and soccer in this community. If we get some success on the field, I think this is going to be a fun place to be, sports-wise, in Richmond.
How would you describe your relationship then and now with the U-Crowd family, particularly Rob?
Love him. He's a golf buddy of mine, and yeah, I mean, he's one of the most upbeat people I've ever met, and he loves this community, he loves the club, and yeah, he's a pleasure to work for.
With the guys in the squad, I mean, you said you bring back 4, but those are pretty good guys, and then 2 of them scored against the Spanish club in June.
Yep.
So can you speak about them in particular, and then what other new guys are bringing to the team?
Yeah, let's see. Matt Boldock, he was the first one that, when it was announced that we were going to release everybody from the contracts, he was the first one that said, I want to stay. Like, I want assurance that if you want me, I want to be here. So, you know, he had a tough year last year, but he's got a lot of energy, athleticism. He's going to be a threat in one of the attacking areas. Braden is one of the most consistent defenders in the league, and you know, even though he's coming back from his injury and won't be available for still another couple months, it was a no-brainer for me that he would be a part of the team again. Scott is another one. He loves the city, loves the club, didn't want to leave, had offers from championship clubs, but really showed a commitment to me and the club and the city that he wanted to stay. And then Connor as well. Connor, you know, he's thinking about the transition to coaching. I think his ability and possession ability is exactly what I'm looking for at this level. And I think more than anything, those are 4 guys that are committed to the club, have been here for a number of years, and really have a passion for the club. And I think they got what I was trying to do last year, and I think will be a good bridge to introducing the new guys. Like I said, it's nice. It was a challenge in my first off season, building a team from scratch. It was always going to be difficult, you know, dealing with agents and contract negotiations. But the beauty of it was I get to specifically pick players that I think would fit what we're trying to do. And I think we've signed 13 guys that were in the USL Championship last year. So it's a really experienced group, which was intentional. I didn't think we'd get 13, but these are guys that have something to prove and bought into me and bought into Matt and the club and really want to be here and want to win. So I think it's been a really good off season for me.